Man, I'm not gonna even lie to y'all, man. I really like it, Black Torch. Black Torch has went up on the ranks as one of my tops as far as shows that I like. Like, I really like Black Torch. Um, I definitely like how they build that relationship between Jiro and Rago, the Black Cat. So the main protagonist and basically his companion. They did a good job in a short period of time in volume one of like making that relationship feel like it's always been there. To me, I think they did a really good job with that in the first part of the chapter, in the whole volume one. I think they did really, really, really good with that. But let's talk about the setting, what the world is like. The world is like, you can think of it as ninjas, and like to me, it gives a modern day world setting with ninjas that got like, some cool abilities. Um, and then you also have these things that's called monoku or something like that, or monaku, something like that. They basically uh, monsters that eat humans and they eat monokus too, if you don't choose to stay on their side, whatever. But this volume that I read, bro, was really, really good. Um, kind of skip up a little bit without saying too much. Like, it's just, they did a good job to me pacing, um, showing each character. Like, so in this volume, you're going to see, obviously, Jiro. You're going to see Rogo. You're going to also be introduced to Gyro Grandpa. And then you're also going to be introduced to the basically special forces. You're going to be introduced to them, the cat, um, and two people that's a part of the special forces. I think they did a real good job too of slowly introducing everybody one by one. Um, every time I was reading, I was ready for more, or it's like I really was enjoying what I was reading. So I think Black Torch does a good job with that. Uh, but I mean, chapter one was pretty much it was telling you the story about how Gyro and Rogo, which is the black cat, or Rago, how they met and how they built their chemistry, um, and just how they got to run into each other, which I think was a good job. They did good with that. Basically, using Gyro as a helper to his companion. So, make a long story short, Gyro took care of Rago, and Rago paid that back at the end, or at the end of that chapter. Uh, but yeah, he was basically like running from another Mononoko, something like that. That's Mononoka, I think, or Ko. But those are basically the monsters that eat uh, the humans when they enter that world. And Raigo was like just hurt laying on the ground for some reason. He must have got into a big fight with one of the Monokos, which are the monsters. And he was badly injured. And Gyro came over to help him. Found them. Raigo actually took exception of him doing that. Like he didn't really want him to help him because he didn't want Gyro to get into some mess pretty much. So Gyro, on the other hand, is thinks with his heart. That's why I like him. Think with his heart. Nothing's gonna stop him. He's determined, which is like me. Uh, so that's why I feel such a connection with that character. I really like that character. Yeah. So, but he ended up doing that, and they ran into the knuckle. They got to fighting. Gyro was trying to be Superman, even though he didn't have the ability to be Superman, and ended up getting hurt really, really bad. And Rago came and saved him. Blah blah blah. He returned the favor after he saved him. So yeah, and then after that, you run into one of the special forces. She is a girl. It's the first one that appears. She's a girl. She comes. Pretty much, she has to take Gyro in because he's no longer and it's he's no longer able to be trusted because of what his ability is now. So she had to take him in, and she brought him to basically prison or jail at the permanent facility. And then we met the other person that's he's pretty much like you could think of him as the leader of the special forces. Not like the boss, but the leader who commands and tell everybody what to do. So we ran into him, and his name was like Shaba, something like that. Shaba, Shiba, and cool, like dude. I thought it looked like to me he got a crush on one of the special forces. I think her name is Arichi or something like that. It's Ichika, Ichi, something like that. But that's the character, and yeah, I was thinking they had something going on, but they didn't. Um, but yeah, we ran it. It got him, put him together, pretty much locked him up, sent him to the hospital, let him get examined, let him know what's going on with him because he's no longer the same person he was at first. Uh, then he escapes. He goes to his grandpa, and his grandpa is like mad. Keep in mind, I hate his grandpa, bro. I do not like this dude. This dude talks bad about his grandson to me, like from the manga, from my point of view from the manga. It's just I don't like how he talked to him, and I'm like, nah, I don't rock with that. I don't like it. And yeah, his dad's a straight ass, bro. Like I don't like him, bro. From this volume, this current volume, I do not like his grandpa. His grandpa is treat him like shit, pretty much. But he ran into his grandpa. His grandpa literally was trying to end Gyro, bro, and that was crazy. I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like this dude literally was trying to end Gyro. I'm like, ain't no way this dude trying to end Gyro like that. Like, because his grandpa was mad, and it's gonna trip y'all out too about who his grandpa is too. So, yeah, his grandpa basically was mad that he ended up getting into that situation, and now he has to be basically he has to be the special forces prisoner, or they using him, for his ability and what he could do for them. So, and keep in mind, it's a big battle going on between the special forces and the Minokus, which are the monsters. Like there's some hidden battle going on. Like I haven't got to that part, but there's some hidden battle going on with them. And yeah, like his grandpa literally was trying to end him. Like I was like shocked, like bro, what the hell? Like, I know this dude ain't trying to do that. Like it was just crazy to me. But that was a crazy scene. But I don't want to say too much. I want y'all to kind of experience it too. So I want to get bits and pieces about the show. Uh, but yeah, grandpa, they got into it. He ended up leaving his grandpa, and well, before that, when he was in the hospital, he escaped the hospital, which is funny. And Gyro got this weird, I guess, ability or niche. He could understand animals. I don't know if he had powers that he could control animals, because these crows literally helped him escape the hospital when he was taken in by one of the special forces. So, I mean, I don't know. I haven't got to that part yet, but I'm excited about the show. But yeah, so going back to what I was saying, he escaped the hospital, and he had that altercation with his grandpa, and now he's leaving. But one of the special forces come back, and she pretty much book him, and she put him in handcuffs. Now, keep in mind, he has these handcuffs that it pretty much stops your ability to use your powers. Pretty much, easy way to say it. It stops your ability to use powers, and you won't be able to use it if you had those on. So she put him on the back of pretty much like a trailer, or think of a big huge truck. She put him on the back of there, and just basically then transport him back to the prison. Um, yeah, so she's basically about to transport him back to the prison, and all of a sudden, this big bang sound. So, uh, she was in for a surprise. So it was two drivers, the black cat, which is Rago, Gyro, and then one of the special forces, which is a female, Ricky or something like that. She, Archie, whatever. She was she went to go investigate because they heard a big bang sound, and obviously you probably know what happened. It was like two Minokus popped up out of nowhere, and that scene, like that whole little segment right there, was a crazy segment. Like y'all gotta go watch it and see it for yourselves, bro. That was a crazy, crazy part of the book. So y'all need to go read that. It's a good part of the book. I don't want to say too much because I want y'all to experience it too as well. But that was a crazy part. But long story short, yeah, they basically run into two Minokus, which are two monsters, while they're transporting Gyro back to the prison, and the people that were driving, they was nowhere to be found. So one of the special forces, which Richie, had to fight them by herself pretty much, and she had to get some help eventually. So because she was not that able to take on two of those at the same time, pretty much. So she ended up getting some help. I'm gonna let y'all figure out who the help was, but that's pretty much where I'm gonna kind of stop at because I don't want to say too much. Overall, first impressions, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is a show I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to uh, finishing this book. The anime comes out pretty soon, July 4th, I think. Yeah, July 4th. But this show is definitely one you gotta keep your eyes on and be ready to hear about this show. Like, I think it has potential to be up there with some of the great shows that's been coming out. It should be able to compete with the Solo Levelings and Jujutsu Kaisen. I think this show definitely has the ability to do that. Um, from what I've seen so far. I mean, from volume one to get go, the beginning of the book was good. So it has some potential for sure, and I'm liking it. This volume I give just like I give this a 9. Give this a 9. This was a good volume. I think they introduced everybody well timely. They gave everybody some screen time that they need to get screen time in. Just the story was overall good. Like I didn't get bored reading it. It wasn't too slow. It wasn't too much. Pacing was really good. So I give that a thumbs up. Um, Now, like, the only thing I kind of didn't like was then they could do like, well, the monsters are drawn good, but I feel like the monsters are like too. They need a little more creativity to me. Like, well, some of them have some good creativity. Don't get me wrong, but maybe it's a personal thing, so it's not really them. It's a personal thing. I just think the monsters are a little more like I would like them to be a little more unrealistic looking to me personally. But overall, I mean, that's the only thing. I think the character designs is good. Outfit designs are good for the show. Art direction, art style are good. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a awesome show. Right here on the screen, this is Rago, or Rago. This is what I think everybody's gonna be in love with. That's gonna be one of the favorites for a lot of people, especially you cat lovers. A lot of people don't like this cat. Uh, and it did good. I like the cat too. It's not bad. I think it shines a lot, and I think it has its point in the show where everybody don't like it. Yeah, you want to see why he looked like this, and why he got this confidence like this. You want to see why. And this is the girl that's from the Special Forces. What I was talking about, or Richie or Aichi, whatever they say name. It's Ichika. But yeah, that's her, and her definitely didn't like her attitude. Like she just talked so disrespectfully. That's one thing I didn't like about her. Uh, but character overall, that's a medium. She's like in the middle. I like her. I like her abilities. I think she's a cool character though. Like, um, good fighter. She do get the job done. She has a passion. She has a fire will to, um, do her mission, which is, I like that. She's in a sense, she's like Jiro because she's determined as well. So that's something I like about her. Good character. Just don't like the attitude. She's more in my middle tier as far as liking. But yeah. And this is the grandpa I was telling y'all about. This grandpa is definitely um, an ass. Like I don't rock with how he was acting towards his grandson, especially in his volume. But you're gonna find out a lot about this person right here. So especially in volume 1, it's gonna tell y'all so much more. But yeah, I need to check this out for sure. But yeah, like I'm excited for the show. Black Torch is definitely one of those good shows that's going out. One of the good shonens that's going to make some noise. So I'm excited for it. I'm definitely gonna be keeping up with this. This was more like a first impression, just a little breakdown what I think about the show while talking about it a little bit. But I will be following this show like very, especially when anime come out. I get my thoughts on pretty much every episode that comes out. So, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm excited for this, and y'all definitely need to check it out. It's definitely one you should keep your eyes on. But yeah, I'm out, y'all.